Hello, and welcome to our Student Rep Orientation webinar. Thank you so much for becoming an ARNBC Student Rep and for participating in this program. My name is Dawn Tisdale, and I, along with my colleague Patrick Hsu, who is our Policy Initiative Lead, will facilitate this orientation. So this webinar was designed so that you can feel confident in your primary role as an ARNBC rep, which is to disseminate information about ARNBC and the work of the association to your school and student colleagues. I hope that this webinar will help you become more familiar with ARNBC and its student new grad program so that you can be a strong ARNBC ambassador for your school. So just to give you a bit of an introduction of ourselves, I'm a new grad and I was recently hired with ARNBC. I'm really excited by the opportunity ARNBC has given me to represent the student and new grad community. I was really involved in advocacy and policy work as a student, and worked with the association on different projects in my local ARNBC network, and really became familiar with what ARNBC did and was really inspired by all the work they did. So I'm really, again, excited to connect with new grads and students across the province and look forward to hearing from you specifically.
And as Don said, I'm Patrick Hsu. I'm the Policy Initiatives Lead here at ARNBC. I graduated with my BSc back in 2012, and got involved with the association as an intern while completing my master's program. So Don and I are really good examples of how getting involved with your professional association early on as a student can open up a lot of doors for you in your future career.
So we're just going to take you here to the main website and give you an orientation of all of the programs and resources that we offer from ARNBC that are for student and new grads. So here we've got ARNBC.ca. This is our homepage. If you scroll down the tab bar here on the side, we've got the Ignite Student New Grad program, and we'll just bring you to this main page. So here we've got our ARNBC Ignite logo, and this is the program that houses and is like the overreaching program that houses everything we offer for student and new grads. This is newly developed. It has the ARNBC hands from our logo holding the flame, which is the future of nursing, which is you guys, so sparking that innovation and leadership within the student and new grad community to create a strong and bright future for registered nurses in British Columbia. So we've got here a little bit of the history. We've got our hashtag here, the future is bright. And how this started was it was from a grassroots movement of new grads who really felt like there wasn't a lot of opportunity for having leadership roles as a student and new grad, almost like you needed to put in a good 20 years of experience before you had those opportunities. So they wanted to shift that culture, and also dealing with the transition issues that we face in BC. And the other thing is just wanting to have a really strong representation of students and new grads and everything that they do within BC within the association. So how we've broken this down is we've got talk and learn. So on the talk side, this is an opportunity to have your voice heard and discuss issues that are important and relevant to you. And then on the learn side, we've got all of the resources and programs that support you as a student and new grad. So I'm just going to pass it over to Patrick, and he's going to explain how you can have your voice heard.
So we're just going to go over the community of practice first, and for those of you who aren't really familiar of what a community of practice is, it's really formed by a group of people who share a common concern or a passion for something they do and interact regularly to learn how to do it better. So ARNBC actually has a couple of community of practices already in place, as you can see on this webpage. And for example, harm reduction was developed really based around the BC Coalition of Nursing Associations forum on the opioid crisis last December, and there was a strong need among harm reduction nurses that they needed a place to debrief, network, discuss any issues, and share resources. So that's sort of how that harm reduction community of practice came to be. The rest of these are really spaces that we offer for existing and emerging specialty groups to house their materials and to communicate with members. So we've done so similarly for you guys, the Student and New Grad Network, and we can bring you to that page and just to show you how it looks like. So this is your Student and New Grad Network community of practice. As you can see, it's divided into a few sections on the top. The first one being the Ignite program and resources, which is the resource finder that Dom will speak to more comprehensively in a bit. we have the upcoming events tab, which is really the calendar for all things students and new grads. So what we've done is we've done a really thorough scan of all of the opportunities that exist for you, provincially, nationally, even internationally, and we put them in this place where you can access it in one location. So if you ever want information on upcoming events, deadlines to scholarships, bursaries, that kind of thing, check out this calendar, and it will have all of the initiatives or opportunities that are available to you.
You can also send any opportunities that you think would be relevant as well, and we can add them.
And then another important part of this community practice is the discussion forum. So the discussion forum is really meant to provide a space for you to blog about topics or issues that are relevant to students and new grads. It's meant to connect you with your fellow students across the province, and also to provide an opportunity for you to network with colleagues on topics that you're passionate about and want to do some collaboration on. And I just want to note that in order to participate in the discussion forum, you do need to log in and register for an account, which is free, so anyone can sign up and join the community of practice. And I encourage you as student reps to really engage your student colleagues in joining so we can continue to build a strong community of practice of support. So Don's just going to go over the resource finder that I mentioned right here.
So how the resource finder came to be, to give you just a little historical context there, is that as we were developing the student rep program, we really wanted to have some comprehensive resource that student reps could rely on so that they could really understand what ARNBC was, the different programs that they should and could disseminate to other students, and everything that we had to offer. So what we realized, though, is as we created this, it would be great to put it online, but also it would be a great resource for all students or faculty or anybody interested in supporting students and new grads. So that's kind of how this came to be, and that's what it's designed for. And as you can see from the tab, that's what we've done. So I'm going to pass it over to Patrick, because to be a really strong ARNBC student rep, it's really important that you have some really strong foundational knowledge about ARNBC. So he's going to give you a quick run through of the needs to know about what ARNBC does and its mandate.
So some of you may know that in BC we have something what we like to call the 3 pillars of nursing. And these are really 3 organizations that support the profession. And on your screen you'll see 3 different circles. The first one being the Regulatory College, which is the College of Registered Nurses of BC, also known as the ARNBC. And their mandate is really to act on behalf of the public to ensure nurses provide safe and professional care. We have the Professional Association, which is ARNBC, which acts on behalf of nursing to advance the profession and influence health and social policy. And then we have in the purple the union, so the BC Nurses Union, and their role is to act on behalf of nurses, primarily to secure salary, benefits, and working conditions. So ARNBC is also BC's jurisdictional member for the Canadian Nurses Association, which is our national professional association. So ARNBC brings BC's unique health and nursing perspectives as well as our nursing innovations to the CNA Board of Directors to influence national health policy. And CNA is also a member of the International Council of Nurses, the ICN, which represents Canada on the international stage. And so by being part of ARNBC, you are really being connected to many provincial, national, and international associations. And I just want to mention quickly the BC Coalition of Nursing Associations. ARNBC is a really proud member of the BC Coalition of Nursing Associations, which is really the first ever organization of its kind in Canada. And it brings together leadership from all of 4 BC nursing professional associations and our nurse educators in one collaborative forum for discussion, action, and advocacy. And the coalition was established really as a way to engage elected nurse leaders from across the professional nursing groups in discussion around topics, policy, and directions that impact the nursing profession as a whole. And our member organizations include the Association of Registered Psychiatric Nurses of BC, the BC Nurse Practitioner Association, the Licensed Practical Nurses Association of BC, and the Nursing Education Council of BC. And by modeling this collaboration, equality, and team-based approach, it's really the coalition's hope that the nursing community will come together with respect and support for one another, and also break down some of the hierarchies to move to open, honest, and solutions-oriented discussions to really make significant change within health and nursing in BC.
So we're just going to bring you back to the main page here on the Resource Finder, and we'll just show you the background. So this is just a way to learn more about how the association came to be in a nice, clean and succinct way. And then we've also got the BC Nursing History Society down here as a link if you want to learn more about the rich history of nursing within British Columbia. So the role and mandate, as Patrick described, that ARNBC acts on behalf of the nursing profession to provide the nursing voice to influence nursing health and social policy on issues related to health and healthcare that is relevant to all of BC. So one of the things that it does for students and nurses is it connects us across the province through forums, events, and social media. It includes our voice in influencing change on social and health issues, and it links us with national and international nursing associations, as Patrick explained, with CNA and ICN and BCCNA, and then it supports a professional practice and advances the profession of nursing. So we have student membership, and what it is as an RN student or an employed student nurse, you can have all of the benefits of being a member, or well, as a student member, sorry, of ARNBC. And what it doesn't allow, though, is your ability to vote at an AGM or be part of the board of directors or nominate a board of director position. But everything else you have the benefits of. So you can access all the really great programs and services on our main website. I highly encourage you as a student rep to really check them out. Opportunities to attend the AGM, and fun fact, we often send students for free or pay their way to participate, so encourage that amongst your colleagues, and receive quarterly news and updates. We also encourage you to check out Percopolis, which offers you discounts, and we know as students that you need all the help you can get financially, so check out the cool resources available there. And to sign up, you just go to admin@arnbc.ca. And then we also have this tab for nursing in BC, which links you back to the main website, which has everything that you need as an RN for career development and opportunities within the province. So for your fourth-year students, this is a great thing to promote as a student rep, and also if you're just wanting as a student to explore the different opportunities within BC. And then this brings us to the student rep. So I've gone over what a student rep is, you know, because you've had the welcome letter, but just to highlight again, you are the ambassador for ARNBC. This is a great place to send any recruits that you're doing for upcoming student reps. They can come and enroll here to learn more, connect with me. And then we also have this school involvement incentives area here, and that what we wanted to do is just highlight all the hard work that you're doing to set up your program this year. And if you want to send us a tweet or an email or visit us on anything with our social media to describe ways that you've engaged your student colleagues, if you've done a lunch and learn, if you've set up a really cool ARNBC board with all the information at your school, send us all the different ideas and ways that you've done that, and we'll send you a Tim Hortons card so your next meeting has coffee on us. So here we've got basically describing that you are the primary resource person, and our hope is that everybody in your BSN class knows that if they have a question about ARNBC, you're their go-to person. One of the things that we're hoping is that each cohort will have an ARNBC rep, so it's also our hope and wish that you would also collaborate with those other reps and kind of develop a really strong culture within your school and your classes. So we also have a ARNBC faculty that you can connect with, and if you don't know who that person is, just send me an email and I can hook you up. And then it's also really to mentor upcoming ARNBC student reps and recruit students that are interested in the program. We also are hoping that you would become a part of the community of practice so that you can connect with other student reps across BC and really have insight into what's relevant to nursing students across the province. And then we also have monthly teleconference meetings and emails that I'll be sending out. We really want to make your job easy. We know how busy you are, which is why we developed the Student Resource Finder, but also so that we can send you the events so you're not constantly having to come back and check. So that's just a way. We're just hoping that you can stay engaged with those frequent updates and then disseminate the information to your peers. Here we've got the benefits. And basically, it's just that you gain valuable insight into BC's Professional Nursing Association and what the policy and advocacy work is done on behalf of the nursing profession within the province. It's also a way for you to gain access to your own personal professional development opportunities that we offer, and to network with other student representatives around the province to add to your portfolio of people that you know that are passionate about issues that you're also passionate about. And then at the end of the day, for all your hard work, we're hoping to send you a certificate at the end of the semester to recognize all of your efforts and contributions that you can add to your portfolio and resume. We have welcome packages that we're going to be sending out at the beginning of the year, but also as you set up your program. And what we have are like different swag things that you can do to engage students when you do any kind of engagement at your school, so any lunch and learns, or if you have a booth at any of your school functions. And then also like a letter from the ED, a letter from myself, welcoming the students, and then the components to set up a bulletin board at your school that would have information relevant to the student and new grad programs that are available to students. And then, as I mentioned, there is the faculty liaison, and why we've created that is that we found that really strong student rep programs within other associations, one of the key components to creating a strong program is that there is a faculty contact person for you at the school to help support you in your role, and that's really the main role for the faculty liaison, is how can they support you. So one of the things they do is they can help you in recruitment and retention and keeping that momentum from year to year. So, you know, you might be a super keener, but you're going to graduate one day, so how do they keep other students engaging in carrying the torch that you've created? And then acting as a liaison between myself and you, if you are struggling, that they know that I'm here to support you as well. And then acting as the supporting the selection of the ARNBC Student Award, which is I'll be explaining it later, but it's to highlight a new grad, and then also to really again support you so that you have the time and the space as a student rep to disseminate resources to students. So email lists, minimal class time to do updates. And then this is our student involvement tab. So this is where any and all students can come to learn about all the cool programs that we offer. So I'm going to run through them quickly. Our first one is the SNAP program, so Student Nurses in Action. This is one of our longest standing student programs and has been praised as being a highlight of a student's nursing student career at any rate. And so what we do is we send a student to the Canadian Nurses Association Board of Directors meeting and CNSA Board of Directors, often in conjunction with their national conference. And if you really want to get jazzed about the profession and learn about what our nurse leaders do, both provincially and nationally, this is a great opportunity to have your student colleagues apply and see what nursing leadership is like on that national scale. So here we've got a link to nursing specialties, and this is just an area for you to learn more about the different specialty groups that are offered nationally and provincially. So if there is an area of nursing that any of your student colleagues are interested in, so for example, peds, or if you want to be an OR nurse, there is an association for all of it that really kind of get down into the nitty-gritty of why that area is awesome and all the new innovations that are coming out from that specific area. So it's really neat to explore. You can come here for a list of the specialty groups. And again, fun fact, most of them have either free student membership or membership at a discounted rate. So again, really good to capitalize as a student on these opportunities. So one of the webinars that we offer, we offer many webinars within ARNBC. If you have an idea on a topic that you think would be interesting to facilitate, let us know. We can support you in that. And then also really great if you're learning about different things. We've got all of our past webinars here that you can listen to at any time to support your learning and learn more about different health issues within BC or topics. So here we've got the workshop. So our issues workshop is a workshop that we go around the province to do either to classes or to different ARNBC networks or hospitals. And it's a workshop to address different issues that are going to come up either in your practice or even as a student in your practice placements and as an RN that may come up. And what it does is it helps support you in how to address the issues in an action-oriented way. So the culture in nursing is often to address the issues, but not always knowing how to create change around the issues, and this workshop really highlights that. This is a student describing his experience and how it really supported his practice and how much he learned. So if you want us to come to your school, let us know and we will try to facilitate that. So here we've got student projects. This is all the examples of different student projects that have been done in conjunction with or for ARNBC on behalf of students. And this is a really great opportunity as a student rep to collaborate with your faculty and with your students so that all the hard work that you're already doing in nursing school can be highlighted. So many different things have been done in the past, issues papers or blogs, and then often they will get published on the website and supported or even help advance nursing healthcare policy within BC. So I always think work smarter, not harder. So this is a great opportunity to highlight your work and use it to create change within either ARNBC or even within the government. So we've got here, our next one is our practicum opportunities. So we've had many different forms of practicum opportunities. We've had students from high school, we've had BSN students from their community practice placement or their leadership courses, and really it can be anything that you want it to be. It can be your final practicum opportunity, and if you're really passionate about a particular issue or area of healthcare within nursing, and you want to see what the advocacy and policy side of things are, this is the placement for you. So these are the ways that you can learn more about it and apply. And then we've got community practice, which has already been gone over by Patrick, and then engaging in policy and advocacy work as a student. So these are our healthcare priorities for our policy priorities within BC that we've determined that's the priority for ARNBC and the nursing profession. And so any way that you can work on a project to promote these or in these ways as well. So identifying a key issue, if you go to the ARNBC issues report form, this is a way for if you're seeing a systemic issue in practice or even in your practicum placements that you really think that, you know, for example, like paid parking. So you're seeing that they've just implemented paid parking at your hospital and you're seeing the impacts on the healthcare and accessibility to your patients. This is one of the things that was brought up in an issues report form, and then we've done some advocacy work to help support people around that. So anything and anything you can think of, this is a great way to feel empowered and have your voice heard. Attending events, so as I said, attending the AGM or other events within BC, the Day at the Ledge. There's lots of engagement that we do as an association, and we're always happy to take students along for the ride. And then student school projects, as I said, if you want some support or ideas, just reach out to me and I can help you with that. And then inviting ARNBC to your school. If you want us to come and talk about the role of ARNBC and do like a really in-depth presentation on what we do and some of the exciting things that we're involved in, and also to talk about the Ignite program and our student and new grad reps, just let us know and we'll try to facilitate that. Here we've got our awards tab. So we've got the ARNBC Awards and Recognition. We've got our Student Leadership Award, which I touched on briefly in the past. So these are students that have been a part of a graduating class that have shown outstanding leadership and professional and ethical behavior, and that are highlighted through in conjunction with NECBC, the faculty at your school, and your student community. So this is just been adopted from CRNBC and has been transferred over to ARNBC, so not all of your schools may know about it. So as a student rep, this is important to bring up to a professor that is in charge of supporting the grad class. And then here we've got ARNBC's Outstanding Student Intern Recognition Award, and this is an award that is highlighted, let's click here to show some past recipients. They've done their practicum opportunities here and have done really exceptional work, and so it's a way that we can highlight them at our awards ceremony in the fall. And then we've got the Outstanding School Involvement Award, and this is going to be offered at the end of each school year to highlight the schools that have really engaged their colleagues and set up a really strong ARNBC program with a lot of professional pride, and we're going to set some guidelines around that, but again, show us the ways that you've really engaged your student members and your school, and that will put you in the running, and we'll be doing our first one this year. Here we've got a tab for, and then we've also got our provincial and national nursing awards here. We've also got that on the calendar, but really interesting to read about the different ones available and to promote with the other students. And then we've got our Indigenous nursing students. So we've got our Aboriginal nursing community of practice, which has a plethora of resources and connections, similar to our student and new grad COP. It's the same thing for Indigenous advocates or allies or nursing students. We've also got different awards and bursaries offered nationally and provincially. Now I'm going to pass it over to Patrick, and he's going to talk about our new grad support.
So new graduate transition has been really identified as a priority for the association, really recognizing that when students transition from that student role to a professional in the workforce, that it can be quite difficult at times when there's not enough support for them. And so earlier when we were trying to develop the student new grad program, we did send out a survey to students and new grads and did get quite a good response. And we are continuing to use that information to build the student and new grad program. We also have our Nursing Practice Advisory Council, who's really identified new graduate transition as a priority, and they've done some work on developing a policy paper which will help guide the association's work in the future. And so on the website right now, we have a few resources and links to sites that currently have supports or different initiatives that will help student new grad transition. But as student reps, if you're interested in this area, or if you have colleagues in fourth year who are really interested and passionate about improving new graduate transition, we encourage you to contact us. Either contact Dawn or email us at admin@arnbc.ca, and we can for sure discuss how we can collaborate on improving that transition together. I also want to highlight the Rising Star Award, which is awarded at the annual Nursing Awards of Excellence held each year in the fall. And this is really an award for a nurse who has been in practice for under 5 years. And so if you have any colleagues you think that are outstanding and are new grads, feel free to nominate them. And if you need more information, you can also find that on the awards tab. And then moving on, we have the calendar tab, which is really the same thing that we talked about on the community of practice. It's just another area for you to find out everything that is being offered for you as student and new grad, provincially, nationally, and internationally. So I won't go over that too much. And then the last tab is just the contacts tab. So we want to be here to support you in any way we can. So if you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to contact us. Call us, send us an email, and if you wanted to contact a staff person directly, feel free to click on this link, and you can find information to contact people like Dawn to further support you.
So thank you so much for participating in this webinar and taking in all this abundance of info. We really hope that it's going to support you in your role as a student rep, and I really look forward again to connecting with any of you and supporting you in any way that I can, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thanks. Bye.